name's Anissa.
And I'm Daryl.
And we are wedding planners with Harmony Weddings and Events located in Raleigh, North Carolina. We are so excited to be starting this YouTube channel we're calling Harmony Hangouts to share some of our wedding experience and knowledge with all of you. Our first series is going to be called Weddings During COVID-19 because we have all been greatly impacted by this virus.
That's right. We've helped over 80 couples postpone during this time, and we've learned a lot of things along the way, so we want to share those things with you.
We are ready to dive into our first series, which is Weddings During COVID-19. If you are engaged during this time, our hearts go out to you. It has not been easy. And each week we are going to explore one of the many questions I'm sure you have been asking yourself. Should you postpone your wedding? After you postpone, then what do you need to do? What does your wedding look like this year if you have an intimate wedding? What does your big wedding look like next year? So each week we'll tackle one of these questions. For week 1, we are going to start with, should I postpone my wedding? So our first tip to you is to consider your priorities with your partner. For the 80 different couples that we've been working with, their priorities have all been different depending on what stage you are in life. So for some people, postponing is not an option, whether it's due to when they want to have children, their school schedule, they're moving, their active military member. These things make it impossible for them to postpone their date, so they are choosing to move forward. While others, their priority might be having all of their loved ones there, so the best decision is to wait until 2021.
The next thing you need to do is you need to know the restrictions in your state, in your county, and at your venue, because they can all be different. For example, in our state, you can have 50 people outdoors and you can have 25 people indoors at a wedding. But in a neighboring county, you can only have 25 outdoors and 10 indoors. So before you make a decision to postpone, you need to be informed of all 3 different options.
So the next step is to gauge your guests' comfort levels. It can be so overwhelming to make this decision to postpone, but for many of our couples, after having an honest conversation with their loved ones, it's really helped the answer become clear for them. One great way to do this without having to call or email a million people is to send out a simple poll. You can use Google Forms asking some of these key questions. So for example, do you feel comfortable traveling during this time? How would you feel about having to wear a mask the whole wedding? These kinds of answers, once you get it back and see 50% of your guests don't feel comfortable traveling, that might go ahead and make the decision for you. So sending out an anonymous poll can really be helpful to learn where your guests are at.
That's right. So to recap, know you and your partner's priorities, know the restrictions in your area and at your venue, and know your guest's comfort level. When you analyze all 3 of these things, if it seems like the wedding is still a go, then have your wedding. If not, then you might want to think about postponing. Luckily, if you have a planner, we can help you out. So tune in next week to learn more.
And our topic next week is going to be, I'm ready to postpone, now what? So as you know, this is our very first video of Harmony Hangouts. We hope you'll help us out by subscribing, giving us a thumbs up, and we really want to get to know you. So in the comments, tell us about what your situation is, ask your question, and we're going to use those comments and questions to help inform our next episodes. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.